We have types of communication on today's schedule. This is for the MO 303, the third year MOM diploma students. Types of communication by Manveen Brar, GWPC Sanganer. Communication is classified in a number of ways on the basis of channels, directions, methods, levels, and these tend to overlap. So let's have a look at the diagram and then we will study them separately and come back to the diagram once again. As you can all see in the table, communication on the basis of channel, we divide it into formal and informal. On the basis of directions, downwards, upwards communication, horizontal communication, cross channel or diagonal communication. On the basis of methods, it's verbal and non-verbal. And verbal is again divided into two, that is oral, the spoken part, and the written part. And when we come to levels of communication, we have group, mass, media, internal, external, interpersonal, informational, individual, extrapersonal, intrapersonal, and public communication. Now this becomes a little confusing because communication is a very fluid term. It's very difficult to put it into boxes. They tend to overlap into each other as well. So let's study it one by one. Here we have the channels of communication. Communication network in any organization is made up of two types of channels which are interlinked. These are formal and informal, the official and the unofficial. So this is on the basis of channels. Next we come to directions of communication flow. Information flows from position of lower authority to higher authority in upward communication. For example, a junior communicating with his senior is upwards, moving in the upwards direction. Second, we have the horizontal communication. This is flow of information among people of the same rank who are peers, colleagues, and they interact with each other. That is horizontal communication. Next is downwards communication. Information flows from position of higher authority to position of lower authority, that is from the senior to the junior. This is very authentic and taken seriously. And last we have the cross channel or the diagonal communication, in which the communication flows across channels. It could be the peon talking to the senior most officer, or at any level. As you can see from the diagram, this is communication flows across channels informally. And another name for this is gossip, the office gossip, which is nothing but unverified information. So on the basis of channels, formal and informal. On the basis of direction, upward, downward, horizontal, and cross channel. Next we come to methods of communication. There are two methods of communication. The first one is the verbal. Verbal, I would say, in which we use words, in which we use formal language. And for that there are two subparts to it. The oral, where you have the face-to-face conversations and telephonic conversations, internet calls, and now the video calls too. Whereas written communication by itself is very clear to all of you. Another thing that I want to point out over here is we did it in another earlier class, in which we said that the words, the verbal content of any message constitutes only 7% of it. The use of voice, the vocal component, stands at 38%, and body language, to which usually we pay not much attention, accounts for 55% of the communication. So, in methods of communication, you have the verbal, subparts oral and written, and the non-verbal communication, which I mentioned here at 55%, which consists of your posture, your body language, your facial expressions, your hand and eye movements. So this is methods. And next and the last one that we come to is levels of communication. At which level are you operating? Group communication. When a group of people interact with each other, work to share information, develop ideas, make decisions, and solve problems. That is group communication. Mass communication is the social media, books, press, that is television and newspapers, cinema, internet, etc. And then is media communication, which is an outcome of the mass communication media. You have platforms like the WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram. It is a result of the use of mass media, and this has a lot of impact in today's world. Next, internal communication. When communication takes place within the organization among different head of the departments, managers, interdepartmental, superior and subordinate officers within the organization, then it is internal communication. External communication, it means communication with outsiders, including suppliers, customers, government officials, and the public. Interpersonal communication is direct face-to-face communication that occurs between two persons. Next, we have the individual communication. When an individual communicates some message through his body language, by his signs, postures, and gestures, which could even be his disapproval, then it is individual communication, when he is communicating on the individual platform. Extra personal communication. This form of communication requires perfect coordination and understanding between the sender and the receiver. Intrapersonal communication. It takes place within a single person, within an individual, often for the purpose of clarifying ideas or analyzing a situation. Last but not the least, public communication. This is mainly used to inform, persuade, and change public opinion. This is very much used in since the last 4 or 5 years, and there are some people who are conscious of how it is being used meticulously, and there are some who are not so aware about it, but yes, it has a lot of impact. Public communication changes decisions. Now we again come back to the diagram, and I hope that it's a little easy now and not so confusing. See, now you can have a look at it. The first way to classify or categorize communication is on the basis of channels, whether you are using formal channels or informal channels. Directions from senior to junior or junior to senior, same level colleagues, or last is cross channel diagonal communication, which if you recall I had said is unverified information, unverified communication, and what we normally call gossip. Methods of communication is verbal, in which words are used. They may be spoken or they may be written. And non-verbal, this is communication without saying a single word. And this is now scientifically, after it's been studied, we realize that we form our impressions about individuals, about issues, even before this has begun. So be very careful about this. Then we come to levels of communication. Levels of communication, we have group communication within a group for decision making, mass communication, television, radios, press, media, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, internal within an organization, external with another organization, government bodies, suppliers, customers, interpersonal within a single person. I'm so sorry. Interpersonal is between two people. Informational, individual within the individual, extrapersonal with others, intrapersonal again within the person, and public communication. So if you follow the diagram, you create a diagram and then you look at the different types of communication, then it is quite easy. And I hope you have had a understanding of this. In your exam, you normally get a short note of 6 marks for this. So if you explain with the help of a diagram and then each term is explained separately, that will be enough. Thank you so much.